So here we have a small ROV, and right now we're going to use this to get beneath the ice to take a look at our Perspex experiment from the bottom of the ice to see what it's actually doing to the algae and the bacteria under there. So an ROV is a remotely operated vehicle, so think of it as sort of like a small remote control submarine. Dive straight down. It's controlled by a remote that has a screen on it to actually let us see what the ROV is seeing, and then we can record that video as well. It gives us some really powerful images of what our experiment is actually doing. What our experiment is doing is we're affecting the light that these little microorganisms are experiencing. So when we place a green sheet of Perspex down, we filter out all of the colors of light except for green light. So when we drive the ROV beneath it and you're seeing a green square, that's green light coming through the ice. So same thing with the blue and the red Perspex. That means the little organisms in the ice are growing under blue or red or green light, which is what our experiment is looking at. So from the surface of the ice, all you see is white, right? Ice and snow. But beneath the ice, it's a completely different environment. There's a ton of algae. There's this layer of really beautiful, fragile platelet ice. We're seeing that sort of sub-ice ecosystem. It's a really unique marine environment. And even this morning we heard some seals as well. The way they communicate with each other beneath the water is with these sort of whistles and thumps. So we were on the ice and we just hear this guttural grunting and sort of wondering if something was running into the bottom of the ice, but it was the seals talking to each other, so that was pretty special. So this sea ice ecosystem here in the Ross Sea and generally across a lot of the Antarctic is a highly seasonal ecosystem. So here during the spring and summer, the Ross Sea is covered in ice and there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of biological activity in the ice. And that's really important for the rest of the marine ecosystem, because as this ice breaks up, which all of this ice will break up here in probably a couple of months, all of that organic matter, all of the algae and nutrients in the ice is released into the water, and that leads to this huge phytoplankton bloom in the Ross Sea. Then you start getting higher trophic levels, and so what that means is sort of penguins and whales and seals and those much larger marine mammals and marine species come in here. And it's really interesting because it experiences this huge change every single year. So the ice freezes, algae grows in the ice, and then the ice breaks up and all of that is released and you get this period of very high productivity.